All right, that's 5 more shows down of pick fives and openers and long shots. If you're not doing so well, don't get discouraged. Most people are not doing so well. In fact, Chicago night 1, Chicago night 2, the Mann night 2 were pretty awful. The Mann night 1, we had tons of openers and long shot people nailing them. Chicago night 3 was slightly better. Once again, out of these 5 shows, I only had one good night. Every other night, pretty embarrassing. The one night I hit a 1 out of 5. At least I had Golgi was my one hit. So we'll start all the way back at Mann 1, which was really all camel, like camel walk, camel walk, camel walk, punch, 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 punch. But we did have DC Shred hit 3 out of 5 and the punch opener. So I would say DC Shred likely won the entire night because so many people hit the opener, so many people hit a long shot. There was actually a couple of long shots hit on the night. So let's just go through it here. Drew C. also hit the punch opener. You're going to hear this a lot. Forbin 777, he hit the punch opener. He hit an opener in Charleston. It's 2 nights in a row for him. I believe that was a first on the summer. Then we have Iowa Railroads and John Stalling both hit the punch opener. Then we have Banff 75 hit the camel walk as his long shot. Dwyer 46 camel walk. C-Mac-D, you're getting a mention. You had Caspian as your long shot. That is a very questionable long shot. Maybe some people will comment, like, do you think Caspian's a long shot? There's really no clear-cut rules definition of what is a long shot. But I feel like Prince Caspian is almost a regular, if not a regular. So, maybe some people think long shot is going to be the longest song of the night. Either way, I'm going to give you a mention because you called Caspian as your long shot and they played it. There was no guarantees they were going to play it. Wampus Jack coming in. He did better. He did have a pretty good run the previous picks. He hit the camel walk opener. Brent hit the punch opener. Slaughterhouse hit a Boogie On cover. See, now that's more like it. Boogie On, again, it's going to get played, but I wouldn't call it a regular. Probably just going to get it once per summer. So I think that does kind of qualify as a long shot. Like, will it be this show? Yes, it was. So for Slaughterhouse, Mike Driscoll also hit that as his long shot. David GD, Sam Siciliano, both hitting the punch opener. Fender Teal hitting the punch opener. Or is it Tele? Team Griffin hitting the punch opener. Team Griffin, Tom Griffin, in fact. Not a team, it's just a guy, Tom. Tom Griffin hit the punch opener. So Fender and Sam and David GD and Tom and Brent and so many others, Isle of Railroads and John and Drew and DC Shred, all hitting the punch opener. Couple camel walk long shots. Think this was the day I took myself a camel walk in the woods. Boogie On Reggae Woman, couple of those long shot calls. And then one Prince Caspian long shot by C-Mac-D. All right, so let's move over to the Mann 2. This is not going to take as long. David Blasco calls his Gula Papyrus long shot. Nailed it. David Knapp, D-Knapp, Dirt Knapp. Picked Ginseng Sullivan as his long shot. John Van Loveny. Ginseng Sullivan long shot. So good calls on the Ginseng tonight. A Gula Papyrus. Dead Guy, 3 out of 5. See, it was one of these runs. 3 out of 5 were good picks. Gula Papyrus from Richard Haig. Richard Hogue or Haig hit the Gula Papyrus at Mann Night 2. So now that was it for Mann 2. Really, another bloodbath from the band versus us. Chicago Night 1. All right, now finally some things were cooking for the host of this whole thing, me. But not to be outdone or to be tied. David Blasco also hit 4 out of 5. ZZRR01, he hit 3 out of 5, but a Silent in the Morning long shot as well. 2000 OM, the Chomper guy, saw at Columbus, he hit a Heavy Things long shot. Jerry's Lost Finger, he called Over the Rainbow long shot. They teased Off to See the Wizard. That gets a mention. Like I said, this was the night I did pretty good. I hit 4 out of 5, and I had 46 Days as the opener, but this was the night they reversed it, opened with Hood, closed with 46 Days. I was so close to hitting 4 out of 5 with an opener. Would really not have been close to my medal. I felt like on this night, too, maybe it was just David. David B. hit 4 out of 5 along with me, but I thought there was one other person when I was going back through. I'm like, nah, maybe not. Maybe it was just ZZRR. Maybe I was thinking of him. They hit the 3 out of 5 plus the silent long shot. Chicago night 2, another bloodbath. I at least hit the Golgi apparatus. 3 out of 5 from Luca Big, got to mention. KP Poe, 1999, hit 4 out of 5. Close on the Golgi. Again, Tom Griffin nailing another opener. The life-saving gun opener was a good call. He hit the punch opener at the Mann along with 75,000 other people. He was the lone caller on this night. Chicago night 2, really another bloodbath. The band just took us out and spanked us, really. Now we have Dinner and a Film. Leaves as a long shot. Brian Johnston, Fee is a long shot. This is all Chicago 9-3. Corn Dog hit 3 out of 5, but it was the Mike's Pog thing, you know. If you have Mike's and Weeka Pog as like 2 of your 5 picks, and then it's just not a very impressive 3 out of 5 when 2 of those 3 are Mike and Pogs. But Corn Dog gets a mention because, you know, he did do it. So, Layerman hit the Kill Devil Falls an opener. No. Like me, maybe another night where I called the 46 Days. He called Kill Devil Falls as an opener, but it actually closed. All right, so I was being a little generous here on night 3. Crombopulus. Is it Crombopulus? Uh-oh. Might have us a Greek gentleman in the picks. Hope you're not a gambling addict. Hey-o. He hit 2 out of 5 with the Isabella as a long shot. Actually, 2.5. He had the Mike's Groove thing going on as well as a Reba, but then nailed the Isabella long shot. Good call there. Jake Williams called Sparkle as his long shot. The Fishmaster called Fee and Jaboo. He was actually outdone, though. We'll get to that. Doug B called Alaska. Spud originally called Alaska and then took it off his list. That's the worst. 2000 Chomper guy showing up again. Kill Devil Falls, close. Called it to open. It kind of closed. 2.5 points somehow. Not sure what else you got there. You must have done something else good. I'm telling you, Chicago night 3, I was feeling generous. Because the Mann 2, Chicago 1 and 2, the band just kicked our ass. So, now, like I said, the Fishmaster, he hit both Fee and Jaboo. 2 pretty good calls on the same night. He was outdone by R.R. Paul. Shine a Light, long shot, boom. He also had Fee and Jaboo in his picks. So, R.R. Paul hit Fee, Jaboo, Shine a Light. That's pretty good. No regulars there. I think I mentioned Brian Johnston hit the Fee. I feel like people have been calling Fee a lot this summer. They finally played it. Most people gave up on it, not Brian. So the Man night 1, a whole bunch of you hit the punch opener. Several people hit the camel walk. Had a couple boogie on long shots. Chicago night 1 and 2 was horrible. Man 2, everybody did horrible. I mean, 3 out of 5 won the night. And again, I could have made some mistakes. If you feel like you did better, or you did hit an opener or a long shot or something, and I didn't mention you here, sorry, trying my best. It's just me looking at a lot of names and titles and trying to get it all right. So, boom. Thanks, everybody that's been playing along. I would say this round, probably Tom Griffin hit a couple of openers. That was impressive. We had R.R. Paul that night basically calling 3 long shots in the same show. David Blasco showing up a couple times, hitting 4 out of 5 and a long shot. K-Po, 1999, hit 4 out of 5 and was close on a Golgi. All right, so that might have been some of our best here. Several people called the Ginseng on a night. That life-saving gun was a good call by Tom. He also, that was on the, that followed another opener he called and at the Man. All right, so it looks like each run, maybe we're getting, I saw some different names this time, I feel, as opposed to the last 2. This was basically part 3. We'll have a part 4. I will kind of look at all 4 parts and then choose a winner, I suppose. And if you're one of those people that's just chugging away, you know, you're hitting lots of 2s, an occasional 3, you're not hitting a lot of 0s or 1s. You might be the overall leader, but unfortunately, there's just too much work involved for me to do that. To keep track of every person and all their picks and then see what they are at the end of 20 plus shows. And then some nights people make picks, some nights they don't. I don't know. Some people just pick a 5. They're not fooling with openers and long shots. I think C-Mac-D might think long shot means the longest shong of the night. Shongs. Shong, shong, shong. All right, guys. Boom. We're out of here. Thanks for playing along. It's been a lot of fun. And, Still looking for that elusive perfect night. 5 for 5, a long shot, and the opener. It can be done. We've had a 5 for 5, and we've had a long shot and an opener hit in the same night by the same picker. It's going to have to be on one of these obvious nights, though. What about a 3-set? We mix a 3-set show in. I know we don't have any coming up. I don't believe I've done, well, we had the canceled Mondegreen. I don't believe I've done a pick 5 for a 3-setter yet. Boom, we're out of here. Once again, thank you for playing. Good luck, good fishing as we continue. We go on to New York. Early start time, if you're not aware. Early start time, alert. Forest Hills, 6 p.m. sharp, Eastern Standard Time. All right, there you go. Love you guys. It's been a lot of fun. This has all been wonderful. And now I'm on my way to make more bad picks.